And the nice thing with that is that that can really bring the shape correctly. And I might have to move these two over just a tiny bit. But it's not going to matter too much because it's going to weld into itself. And you won't really see the difference between it being off just a little bit right there. Okay, so right now we have, go ahead and look at this. We have this cut right here. We have these cut. We have these cut right here. I do know that these are rounded edges, and what we're gonna do to make sure that they work how we want them to work, we can just add some more geometry. So we have, if we have a cut right here, we can add an additional cut right there, and then we can play with these edges. And then of course, we'll clean up the geometry itself. But we will do that in a bit. But right now what we're going to do is we're going to get this lip going on. And to do that, we're going to create some extrudes. Alrighty. And to do that, we're going to go ahead and select this face right here. We're going to do a extrude inner, just a little bit, and then we'll do a little bit again, and then we'll do an extrude in just a little bit. Or sorry, we'll just do an extrude, but we're going to go inwards a little bit. That's perfectly fine. And then we just have to make sure that we, that's fine. Just to delete these faces. Delete. And I'm going to delete these right here. And we'll fix that once we get into, when we get rid of this face as well. When we get to the mirroring part, then you're going to see that we'll sew these together where they're going to be at. So let's see where we're at. So we kind of, this looks like it comes out a little bit. Did I do the wrong part? Okay, so I did the wrong part, but we can fix this by just, instead of it going that way, we can have it come out just a little bit like that. Works just the same. Alright. Now sometimes if I want to make this like really smooth with sub D, what I'll do is I'll make a subdivision, throw the cube in it, and you'll see what you're working with. If you see anything like this where your edges are not going to be working very well, you'll have to add some edge loops and stuff, edge loops and edge cuts, but I'm not going to work with any of that for this one, for this particular project, because we'll actually just use bevels, and that'll work just as well. Alright, and then again, if we want to clean up the geometry as we go. Actually, just double check, make sure we don't need, no, we don't need a geometry anywhere over there. So we'll just go ahead and we'll weld it. And we'll keep this top line here. see if we can take this line. I'm going to weld it down this way, so that way it'll be a little bit closer to where this is going to be at. So it's not as drastic right there. And we just have to keep it on the bottom part. I think. Nope, there's still one on the top part. Alright, top part. And this is like, can sometimes seem like it's very boring, but it will be helpful to do it this way. Alright, cool. So we get a nice clean line right there, that's fine. Okay, cool, so that comes out. If I wanted this to be more of a bevel, at this point in time we could actually probably do the bevel, but I'll do the bevel more likely once we have this as a solid object. I'll put a bevel on a lot of these edges, just to make it nice and work. So we're going to go back and we're going to do this part right here. So we'll take this middle part right here, and we're going to do, select the face, and we're going to do the extrude inner a little bit, a little bit more, and we'll do we'll do extrude in, another little extrude in, and then we'll do, and then that will work right there. At this point in time, we can kind of really play with how deep we want the line to be. So we'll go in maybe a little bit like this. Alright. And then what we can do too is that if we want to have these lips, almost like this too, to be protruded a little bit, we can. So bring them out just a little bit more. Check. So we might have to go back real fast, and yep, I have to go up higher. So we'll select this one, and then this face. We'll do this face right here. Alright, so for this one, we're going to extrude out. So I'm kind of went back because I actually didn't select the correct number of faces. So I got to go back and redo them a little bit. And I'm going to go take this extrude. I'm going to go out a little bit because we said we wanted to go out a little bit. Try to get it close to where that one is. I believe that this is probably how it's going to work. And then we're going to do our extrude inners. We'll do one right here. Do another one, and then we'll do another extrude inside a little bit. There we go. And then what we'll do is I'll go ahead and take these. So I didn't get rid of this face. So I want to delete that one there. We'll take these side faces. So this one, this one, this one, this one. We are going to delete them, and also up here. Bam, 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 and we're going to delete them because what's going to happen is that This needs to be a solid object, so when I bring it over and flip it over, I'm going to sew those together. Alright, so we kind of have the, we have this done, at least for the boxes. We don't have these areas yet, or any of these were cuts. We'll probably use the Boolean tool to cut that in, or we might just make some individual cuts, like up here and then down there and then down here and then cut out, and I might do one right here this way, one right here this way, that way, or I just might make a Boolean cut right there and then try to play with the geometry as it is. And then we'll definitely we'll try to do the Boolean over here as well, and the Boolean right there, and the Boolean will make this will be a little tourist item that we can create and add and throw in there. And then we're going to make these individual shapes. Alright. And then this is pretty much done. Alrighty. Then we'll just have to see that this pops out. So this pops out a little bit. So we're going to see, so there's that lip, and then there's an additional lip that goes around these as well. These faces might be out too much if I'm looking at the Photoshop thing. It looks like these will come out and these will go back a little bit, or that might be a weird shape where these actually just go back. So it definitely looks like there's a cut right here and it goes back some. So go ahead and see if we can get that working. That just means that these faces probably, those two edges, we'll select these edges right here. Pull these out just a little bit. If I want to get this shape, I just might select this and bring this up a little bit. Now I have that weird shape right here. Inside here where it kind of goes out a little bit. And at this point in time, I could probably take these faces. I think I put them out a little bit too much. Oh, there we go, these faces. Really? There we go. And we'll just bring them back a little bit so that it'll have that look. I'll just bring it back right there so it's a little flush right there. So I had this little look where that kind of sticks out a little bit too. There we go, a little bit of weirdness. Okay. So we have that. Check this out. So we have this first one, and then we want to do another. There's going to be a cut all the way down here. So we're going to make a cut that's right there. Or that's the same thing on this side. There's a cut that goes all the way through. Alright. Looks like there's a weird lip right there too. So we'll probably get this geometry set up so that